through it. Pastor already told me how many minutes I did. How he did it was so professional. It was so professional. Faithful to your calling. That means a lot to me. It really does, because I'm born and raised here, native in Tacoma, Washington, and started preaching at the age of 16, and heard the voice of the Lord call me vividly. At the age of 18, I became licensed, preaching all over Tacoma, Seattle, Lakewood, surrounding cities, on fire for God, and then became zealous of what the world was offering me at the same time. So you can imagine an 18-year-old preacher faced with what 18-year-olds are facing. And yet trying to stay in the will of God at the same time. Wasn't that many years afterwards that I completely backslid from the Lord. I even ended up moving out to Atlanta, Georgia. And I moved out there because I told the Lord that I didn't want to preach anymore. I told him I didn't want to preach anymore. I told him I was done. I even handed in my license to my pastor and said, I'm done. And I'll never forget the words that he told me. He said, son, just always remember that the longer you stay out there, the harder it is to get back. And I'll never forget that. And I was backslidden for a total of 7 years. Did everything under the sun. Just name it, I did it. I was raised in a Christian home, raised in a Pentecostal home at that. Where they believed in holiness. I'm going to get to being faithful to your call. Because a lot of you, I think everybody here don't know me, so this is just my quick way of my introduction to you. I think I know you through the Spirit, amen. I mean, your Spirit is connected with mine, and but I just wanted to let you know how I got here. 7 years in Atlanta, backsliding. I was a musician, still am a musician. I was a drummer. My dad's a bass player. My grandmother was a pianist. My brother is a pianist. My uncle is a organ player. My other uncle is a piano player. Songwriter. My mother is a singer, and the list goes on and on. So, comes from a musical family, and so I would hide behind the drums because I didn't want to preach anymore. I would hide behind the drums because I didn't want to minister to anybody anymore. I wasn't in a state of mind to be saying what thus saith the Lord to anybody. But it wasn't until one day that I was at this church service and the man that was preaching said, young man, come from behind those drums. At this moment, I knew I was either in trouble or God is in the room. He told me to come out from behind the drum set, and he said, lift your hands. And he said, listen, I don't know you and you don't know me. He said, but there's a calling on your life. He said, you've been running for many years.
Tell that story.
And I didn't want to cry in front of him because I was in sin, so I felt like if I'm in sin, I can be tough. You know, when you receive a prophetic word, you just want to be hard. The Lord was chipping away.
Come on.
And he said, lift your hands, and I lifted my hands. And he said, listen, the Lord has a call upon your life. He said, you've been running for many years. He said, listen, the Lord told me to tell you, you need to go back home.
Wow.
Again, I don't know who he was. He didn't know who I was. He said, the Lord said for you to go back home and finish what you started. Now, it's been 7 years since I preached to anybody at that point. It was 7 years of me in freedom. Yeah, freedom can get you in trouble. So I lifted up my hands, and at this point I'm crying because he must have been a true prophet of God, because what he was saying was so accurate. And he said, when you go back home, he said, watch the power of God manifest in your life like never before. He said, when you give God this second yes, he said, watch God open up some. And I'm listening to him, I'm crying, I'm like, okay. And then immediately fell right back into sin. You would think after receiving something like that so accurate that you would just drop the world. No, not me. There was still some more sin in I had to do. And then at that point, I got arrested. Fulton County is nothing to play with. And it wasn't until I lifted up my eyes in my cell, and I said, okay, God, you got my attention. He says, I hope I do, because I need you to go back home. So I came, and I fought with the Lord. I said, well, what do you want me to do? And he said, and then the image, Next Level Christian Center, it popped up on the ceiling. I saw it. I saw the colors. I saw the people's faces. And I'm like, wow, what is this? And I said, God, I don't mind doing that, just not back home.
Yeah.
They know me back home.
Yeah.
I can do well out here in Atlanta or Florida. Lord, send me somewhere else where it's churchy. He said, no, you're going back home. Long story short, I came back here.